Hello, students. This is the second lecture on your third chapter, Discovering Tut. The saga continues. Up to this, we come to know that King Tut was the last heir of his successful family, and with him, the complete dynasty ended. We come to know that Howard Carter, after his discovery of King Tut in 1922, his mummy was not disturbed, but the first description is given of the day of CT scan, which took place on 5 January 2005. On 5 January 2005 at 6 p.m., when King Tut's mummy was taken from its coffin for a CT scan, at that time, ominous atmosphere was created and angry wind stirred up. I have already described everything. Thereafter, uh, tourists came around the world to see King Tut's tomb. Some looked at the wall paintings, murals. Some looked at the gilded face of King Tut, which was the most striking feature of mummy shaped outer coffin lid. And some visitors read from guidebooks, some stood there silently, maybe pondering over King Tut's untimely death in teenage. And some might be shivering with fear, thinking of King Tut's curse if that was true. Let's continue now. The mummy is in a very bad condition because of what Carter did in 1920s, said Zahi Hawass, Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities. Zahi Hawass, as I have already described you, that he was the Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities. He stated that mummy was in a very bad condition because of what Carter did in 1920s. As he lean means bent over the body for a long first look. When Zahi Hawass bent over the body of King Tut, he made this statement that the king's mummy was in very bad condition because of the investigation done by Howard Carter. Carter Howard Carter. This is was the that is was the British archaeologist. Archaeologist means those who are concerned with ancient things. British who was Howard Carter? His description is given. He was the British archaeologist who in 1922 discovered Tut's tomb after years of futile means useless searching. One question can be asked: who was Zahi Hawass? What was his responsibility? Another can be asked: who was Howard Carter? What was his contribution? Howard Carter was a British archaeologist who discovered King Tut's tomb in 1922 and its contents its means the contents in King Tut's tomb, though hastily means in a hurry, ransacked in antiquity. Ransacked means looted, lootna. The contents of King Tut's mummy, though in a hurry, those were looted in antiquities were surprisingly complete. It was surprising that in a hurry, King Tut's tomb was looted by people, those who were indulged in the act of finding King Tut's mummy. But it was surprising that it was complete later on. मतलब ये हुआ होगा कि जल्दबाजी में थोड़ा बहुत सबने ले लिया, बट एट दैट टाइम लिस्ट्स वर मेड मैनुअली तो मैनुअली जो लिस्ट बनाई गई कि ये मिला था, ये मिला था, तो वही मान ली गई। कुछ उन्होंने अपनी जेब में रख लिया, बिकॉज एट द टाइम देयर वर नो रिकॉर्डिंग्स। दे रिमेन the richest royal collection ever found and have become part of the pharaoh's legend. The content, the things of gold found in King Tut's tomb remain the richest royal collection ever found and have become part of, and this have become, all these things found in King Tut's tomb always became the part of Pharaoh's, means Egyptian king, legend means story. Means whenever King Tut's story is narrated, it is always stated that King Tut's tomb, in King Tut's tomb, lots of precious gold things were found. Stunning. The description of the things found is given here. Stunning artifacts in gold. Stunning artifacts means things made of gold. Their eternal brilliance meant to guarantee resurrection. Resurrection means rebirth. Stunning artifacts in gold, their eternal brilliance meant to guarantee resurrection, caused a sensation at the time of the discovery and still get the most attention. But Tut was also buried with everyday things he would want in the afterlife. It is stated that King Tut was buried with numerous things of pure gold because the people of that time believed that the never ending shine of those gold ornaments was a guarantee of the rebirth of King Tut, which caused a sensation at the time of discovery. Actually क्या था कि उस समय के लोग गोल्ड के साथ, बहुत सारे गोल्ड ऑर्नामेंट्स के साथ जो रॉयल रूलर थे उनको बरी करते थे। ये सोच थी उन लोगों की उस समय में कि रीबर्थ होता है, रीबर्थ होता है, मतलब लाइफ आफ्टर डेथ होती है। तो जो मर गया है उसको नई लाइफ में, जहाँ उसको बरी किया गया है, जहाँ उसके टॉम मतलब कॉफिन वगैरह को रखा हुआ है टॉम में, वहाँ वो एक नई ज़िंदगी शुरू करेगा, तो वहाँ पर ये सारी चीज़ें उसको चाहिए होंगी। But Tut was also buried with everyday things he would want in the afterlife, not only with gold. King Tut was also buried with numerous things of daily life. The description of daily life things is given here. Board games means chess, a bronze razor, linen undergarments, cases means boxes of food and wine. I suppose you are getting what I have just described you, that King Tut was not only buried with gold. Why the people of that time were buried with gold? Because the people of that time believed in life after death and they thought that person would require those gold ornaments and things of daily life in their afterlife. And King Tut was buried with board game, bronze razor, linen undergarment, cases of food and wine. Next paragraph. After months of carefully recording the pharaoh's funerary treasure, funerary means buried, treasure means khazana. After months of carefully recording of pharaoh's funerary treasure, means it took months to record what treasure, whatever treasure King Tut was buried with. It was done manually, नोट किया जाता था, तो महीनों लग गए उसके जो भी सामान मिला था गोल्ड का उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग बनाने में, उसका रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन करने में. Carter began investigating his three nested coffins. Carter's Carter started investigating the coffin. Coffin is a box in which dead body is kept. Carter's coffin was three nested. Sorry. King Tut's coffin was three nested. Carter started investigating the coffin. On opening the first lid of the coffin, he found a shroud. Shroud, we have already covered this word in first chapter. Shroud is a cloth which is used to cover dead body. Adorn means decorated. On opening the first lid of the coffin, he found that there was a shroud which was decorated with garlands of garland. All of you know malai, willow, olive leaves, wild celery, lotus petals, and cornflowers. The faded evidence of a burial in March or April. On opening the first lid of the coffin, Carter found a shroud which was adorned, which was decorated with the garland of willow, olive leaves, मालाई बनी हुई थी विलो की, olive leaves की, wild celery, lotus petals and cornflowers, which gave the faded evidence of a burial in March or April. All this gave King Tut's burial's evidence, although it was a faded evidence, but it gave King Tut's burial in March and or April. How? What was the evidence of King Tut's burial in March or April? All the garlands of willow, olive, wild celery, lotus petals, cornflower, because those were those were the flowers of that season, that season, March, April month. So it gave, although it gave a faded evidence, unclear evidence, but it gave the proof that King Tut was buried in March or April. When he finally reached the mummy, though he ran into trouble, the ritual resins had hardened, cementing Tut to the bottom of his solid gold coffin. When on investigating King Tut's three nested coffin, when King Carter finally reached the mummy, he ran into trouble. How? The ritual resins had hardened. The things, resin is something sticky. Ritual means customary, which is used in custom. At the time of the burial of King Tut, the resins were um, poured on King Tut's body, on its mummy, so that resins had hardened. It had hardened and it became so hard that it cemented Tut. It um, stuck Tut to the bottom of his solid gold coffin. मतलब जो रिवाज में रेजिन्स यूज़ किए थे उन्होंने, स्टिकी चीज़ थी, कुछ भी ऑयल टाइप में जो भी था, वो बाद में जम गया, इतना टाइट हो गया कि किंग टट की जो बॉडी थी वो सॉलिड गोल्ड कॉफिन से चिपक गई, जैसे सीमेंट से चिपक जाती है. No amount of legitimate force could move them. Carter wrote later what was to be done. No amount of legitimate means appropriate force could move King Tut's mummy from its coffin. Carter later pondered what was to be done. He could not understand what was to be done at that time. He applied every way to remove King Tut's mummy from its coffin. The sun can beat down like a hammer this far south in Egypt, and Carter tried to use it to loosen the resins. as it was something sticky. And in that area of Egypt, south of Egypt, sun could beat like a hammer. Means it was a scorching light. He thought that sunlight would be helpful to loosen the resin which had hardened. So, for several hours, he set the mummy outside in blazing sunshine that heated it to 149 degree Fahrenheit. Nothing buzzed. Buzzed means moved. This was the natural method adopted by King Tut to remove adopted by Carter to remove King Tut's mummy from its coffin. He put the coffin in blazing sunlight and heated it up to 149 degrees Fahrenheit. But nothing buzzed, nothing moved. He reported with scientific detachment that the consolidated means solidified jama hua, the solidified material had to be chiseled away, means cut away from beneath the limbs, means limbs and trunk. Limbs means hands and legs, and trunks matlab body part, before it was possible to raise the king's remain. As King uh, Tut's body, um, as Carter tried every way, he tried all his power. He tried natural method to remove King Tut's mummy from its coffin, but nothing happened, nothing moved. So he wrote that the material which had solidified, which had consolidated, had to be cut away from beneath the legs and arms and body before it was possible. In order to remove King Tut's remains, he had to cut the solidified resins. In his defense, Carter really had little choice. And Carter wrote that he had nothing else, means he applied every way. But in that situation, he was helpless. So he had no other choice than to chisel away. If he hadn't cut the mummy free, thieves most certainly would have circumvented. Circumvented means cheated the guards and ripped it apart to remove the gold. Carter stated it clearly: if he had not removed King Tut's gold ornaments, cutting his body parts, then the thieves most certainly, it was most certain, it was um, certainly that thieves would have cheated the guards and had raped matlab torn the gold adornments from King Tut's body. कार्टर के पास उस समय और कोई तरीका नहीं था, अगर वो उसको रिमूव नहीं करता उसकी बॉडी से गोल्ड को काट कर, तो थीव्स गार्ड्स को सरकमवेंट करते और गोल्ड एडॉर्नमेंट रिमूव कर देते. इन टट्स टाइम द रॉयल्स वर फैबुलसली वेल्दी एंड दे थॉट or hope they could take the riches with them. I had just told you the royals of that time were very wealthy, and they thought or hoped that in their life after death they could take their riches with them for his journey to the great beyond. His means King Tut's journey. King Tut was lavished with. King Tut was decorated with glittering golds. Now, we will come to know the things with which King Tut was adorned. जो richest royal collection we are saying, the description of the things are given here. For his journey to the great beyond, King Tut was decorated with glittering goods of gold, precious collars, inlaid necklaces, and bracelets, rings, amulets, a ceremonial apron, sandals, seeds for his fingers, means cover for his fingers and toes, and now and iconic inner coffin and mask, all of pure gold. Means King Tut, everything was of pure gold, starting from the neck. Precious collar which covered the neck, thereafter, necklace on the neck, bracelet for hands, rings, amulets means tabij, a ceremonial apron, sandals, seats for fingers and toes, and even the iconic inner coffin. Coffin and mask of King Tut. Everything was of pure gold. To separate Tut from his adornments, Carter's men removed the mummy's head and severed nearly every major joint. Uh, to separate Tut from his adornments means decoration. Carter's men, the workers who were working under King Carter, they had to remove King Tut's head, and they had to cut nearly every major joint of the body of King Tut's mummy in order to remove all the gold adornments which I have just described. Once they had finished, they reassembled the remains on a layer of sand in a wooden box with padding that conceal means hide the damage the bed where Tut now rests. After cutting the major joints of King Tut's body, means head, legs, arms, everything, in order to remove the gold adornments, after removing all the adornments, they reassembled. They put King Tut's mummy on a wooden box. They removed the gold coffin, and wooden box was given to King Tut in order to hide the damage, the cut. They uh, put sand in the wooden box. That's all for now, beta. I hope the things are clear. Thank you.